It's Uncle Mark, and once again, I'm telling you how it is. It's now been over 200 days at home since the beginning of the pandemic. Didn't they say at the beginning, we just need to put on some restrictions for 2 weeks? 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Flatten the curve? What you flattened is the economy. You not realize the economy is now flatter than Saskatchewan? So the initial take here was, I guess, Darwinism. But that proves to be incorrect, because you got 20-year-olds that are on ventilators. There was one clip of some, 103-year-old woman drinking a beer, saying, I beat coronavirus. So, I guess survival of the fittest? Yeah, that theory didn't pan out in this case. Well, look on the bright side. At least the Stanley Cup was finally won on Canadian soil. Or should I say on Canadian ice? Yeah, but it wasn't a Canadian team. Alright, I'm warning you now. Fasten your seatbelts, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. Because I'm going to tell it how it is. If you don't like what I have to say, that's too bad. My first point, misconceptions. Everybody was like, oh, they're going to open schools. Kids, they don't social distance. Kids, they touch everything. This is going to be a problem. And as far as schools go, the faculty, the staff, they're the ones with most of the cases, not the kids. Yeah. This leads me to my next point. Government doesn't want to close things down. It's because it hurt people that need to work. This is not a poll the majority of the people and go with what the majority want. This is a decision that needs to be made. If things are closed, it's a hard no. They're not open. These decisions have to be made, not what the majority wants. So, let's talk about the flu shot. Why the hell would you want to get that? Especially if you're staying home. What, you're going to get the flu from your couch? So why would you need a flu shot? Getting a flu shot is like living in Miami, Florida, and owning a snowblower. It's absolutely pointless. COVID is the problem, not the flu. If you have a flat tire on your car, you don't go and buy a windshield wiper blade. It's like eating when you're thirsty. And if that doesn't make sense to you, there's probably far too much chlorine in your gene pool. Okay, here's one that's probably going to piss a lot of people off. Let's talk about vaccines. So you're just sitting at home waiting for a vaccine? Are you also waiting for the Messiah? I'm not a doctor, but let me break this down for you, okay? Coronavirus. Virus. V-I-R-U-S. Virus. Have you ever had a virus before in your life? You go to the doctor. Doctor, I'm sick. Doctor looks at you. You have a virus. Oh no, what do I do? Have some tea, have some soup, go home, sleep it off. The virus will go away. Now we have drugs if the infection was bacterial, but not for a virus. Wasn't this thing called coronavirus? So if it's viral, it's a virus. There's no medication for it. So all of a sudden there's drugs and medications for so-called virus? I'd like to know who these people are that are buying into this. Maybe I could sell you a gullibility cure. This is the modern version of seeing a bunch of people in a pond with a bowl and they're looking for gold nuggets. Of course, somewhere in the world there's some guy who's probably mixing like a pig foot with a monkey finger, alligator ear. Let's go report that we may have found a vaccine. Oh, it didn't work. All it did was give that guy diarrhea. Well, and I'm laughing because it is one big joke. So let's understand this correctly. You can have 6 people in a restaurant up until today. But what if you're a family of 7? So the law discriminates against you because you're only allowed to have a party of 6. But at the next table, there could be 2 people, 2 people, 2 people, all from different households. But the family of 7 that lives together can't go to the restaurant because the number's capped at 6. We can have 30 people in a classroom in a school. See, that's okay. And you could have an airplane full of people going who knows where. This many people need to go somewhere. And gyms where droplets are flying through the air because people are breathing heavy and working out. See, that's okay apparently. Yeah. Let's see how many people I piss off now. So wear a mask and 6 feet away. So they've reduced the chances of passing on this virus. To go to the grocery store. And you're driving your car down the street. And you drive by a bakery. And you can smell that awesome smell from the bakery. The fresh baked goods. If that can travel through the air from the building way over there, and you can smell it, if the guy working there has COVID and his droplets travel with that smell all the way into your car that far, could you get COVID that way? What about some guy in the park who's smoking? You're 50 feet away from the guy. But the wind carries the smell from whatever the guy is smoking all the way over to where you are, and you catch wind of it. If that guy had COVID, could you get COVID that way? Because those are droplets in the air. Does this not make sense? This could spread very fast. And it could be very deadly. But now we've got weaker traces of this. All kinds of people here in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, that are testing positive for coronavirus. But not that many hospitalizations, not that many people on ventilators. So it seems to be a milder form of it that's going around. You could have it and not even know it. Which brings me to my next point. How many transmissions are taking place at the COVID testing centers? Ever thought about that? A specific area where people that think they may be infected are going for a test. We don't have statistics on how many people are infected at the testing stations, do we now? Which leads me to my next point. Testing at pharmacies? Seriously? Who goes to pharmacies? Sick people, elderly people that need medications. The most vulnerable? Go to pharmacies. So now we're going to send the sick people there for tests? Come on! You want to talk about the biggest financial problem here? Inflation. See, if we were still 100 years ago, where 5 cents got you 3 loaves of bread, we wouldn't be looking at how many billions or maybe even $1 trillion in debt to fix this problem. Now, they keep reporting how many new tests, positive tests per day. It would be nice if they would all along give the statistic of how many people they've tested to get to that number. So when you look at another country that reports 100,000 new cases today, oh my goodness, and then somebody says, oh my God, I'm so glad I live in Canada because we don't have that many cases. Well, guess what, you idiot? If we're doing 48,000 tests a day, per se, it is impossible to have 100,000 positive tests. Duh! If the cases double, but the amount of tests being done double, they're still on an even plane. If that neighborhood has closed restaurants and this neighborhood has open restaurants, even if it's half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour away, people are going to travel to where the things are open that they want to go to. So then the area with the less infected people is getting visitors from the place where the people are with the more infected people. Duh! I mean, this mentality is like being on a ship. And somebody goes, "There's a hole in the boat over there." And if you're one of those people, they'll be like, "Oh, but that's okay, because we're on this side of the boat, and the hole is on that side of the boat. So that is those people's problem, not our problem." Yeah? If that's your attitude, you're an idiot! You see, recently in the news, it was reported that somebody was running a casino in a 20,000 square foot house in Markham. That's north of the Greater Toronto area. First of all, who has a 20,000 square foot house? Second of all, where do they get casino equipment to run something like that? What? Some guy's gonna go into a casino supply shop? Yeah, I need couple of baccarat tables, couple poker tables. Yeah, gonna need 1,000,000 chips, money counter, maybe 50 chairs. Yeah, and 10,000 decks of cards. The person there's gonna be like, "Do you need that delivered?" The guy's like, "No, I have a truck out back. You can just load it on my truck and I'll take it away right now." "All right, sir, that's going to be $275,000. And the guy will just proceed to stand there and count it out in cash. Yeah, like that doesn't look suspicious. And then what? The guy's going to end up in court? The judge is going to be like, "Well, you know this is wrong." And then the guy's going to be like, "I was just having a house party. A 300-day long house party. And it was just a house game." Yeah, right. So I get it. The medical system, they're treating this kind of like any other illness. Your ear hurts, your throat hurts, you go to the doctor. Get diagnosed. Okay, same thing. Only in this case, you get diagnosed with COVID. Most people get over it. They get better. So basically, treat it after the fact. It's not a problem until it's a problem. So it's Thanksgiving weekend in Canada. And you're only allowed to have a gathering of, what is it, your immediate family at home, I believe it is now. So how many people out there are going to look at this and say, have a gathering of 30 people for Thanksgiving? And if they get caught, they're going to say, "No, it's a funeral for the bird." And you're allowed 30 people at a funeral. And the bird died. So yeah, we're complying with the rules. All right, you get it now? People are going to find ways around rules that they don't like. That's it. It's just the way it is. It's the way it always is. And that's the way it's going to be. So if you have discontinuing or discontinued work benefits, and you think that the government should pick up the tab on that until you get back to work, because you took the job for these benefits, and this is completely out of your control, let your government know. I can't speak alone on this. I'm one person. They won't listen to me. But you never know. There could be power in numbers. I'm Uncle Mark. Have a good weekend. Thanks for watching.